Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we have another one of the Super Battle Road no item stages cleared. I mentioned this on my stream that I did the other night, but I had already recorded the super stage. I just needed to get the voiceover recorded. Straight off the bat here, I wasn't really sure whether this was going to be a good run, because this is not a rotation that we really want to see coming straight into the fight. It's a good thing a lot of the attacks are in the first slot, because LR Vegito can tank pretty well. But then, of course, the first attack from Frieza is a super attack, and we lose pretty much half of our health straight away. So, obviously, we do manage to complete this run, but already right at the start here, I wasn't exactly filled with optimism. So, this super stage is one that has been a bit funny for me, because this was the first team build I actually tried to do this stage. It was when I was at work and I was testing out builds, and I completed it first try with no items, and I was like, okay, cool, this is the team that we have to use. Now I just need to actually get home and record the video, because there's no point, like I've said in the previous parts, I didn't want to just post a screenshot to Twitter. I want to actually make a video where you guys can see me doing it. And so then, of course, once I got home and actually needed to record, I kept failing and kept getting, like we saw in that first turn, super attacks all over the place on the wrong units and things like that. So it took me a while to actually get the finished run recorded, and then to actually sit down and record the voiceover as well. So finally getting the Super Class 1 done. If you saw the stream, we've been testing out fusions, both fusions and Potara. I've been getting slightly better at Realm of Gods, sorry, not fusions. Fusions is still really hard, but Realm of Gods and Potara I've been getting closer and closer to doing, but it's very difficult. It's gotten to that point now, I said this on the stream, but the last few stages that I haven't done are the ones that are incredibly hard. So like, for example, last night I spent a good 4 hours probably trying to do Potara and Realm of Gods, and just not being able to do it. And so obviously, considering as much as I would love to do YouTube full time, I also have to work 48 hours a week. So when you sit down for 4 hours to record and don't actually get a successful run out of it, it's kind of disappointing, because that was all the time I had to record and we didn't get another successful run done. So, but anyway, our rotations did not start off the best. Already you can see here we have taken down 2 of our opponents, but we have basically no health left. So even as good at tanking as the LR Vegito and the AGL Goku can be, I think the friend that I found for this one was only 69 or 79%. It's very rare to see the like rainbow AGL transforming Gokus come up on the friends list, especially with all the LR Super Saiyan 4 Gokus out there at the moment if you're searching for a Super AGL type. So we pretty much have to rely on Vegeta getting the stun on Frieza here if we do want to survive, and he does manage to come through, which means no one else on the turn has to take any damage. So basically the plan at this point now is to just try and survive for as long as we can, to try and make it to that 6 turn mark and get the transformation with our fusion units to give us a full heal. God Goku is the MVP on this first stage, because this AGL Frieza is a movie boss's enemy, so he gets the full secondary part of his passive active. So it's kind of why I didn't fix up my rotations earlier on, because it actually worked out really well to have a very solid tank on both rotations. But with Frieza stunned here and the friend Goku easily going to be able to take out Sashimi before he attacks us back, I've decided now was the time to float off the God Goku, because obviously I want him linked up with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta just for the over in a flash more than anything else. After the first fight, he does not get that movie boss's passive in any of the rest of the 2 fights, so he won't be as good defensively, but he does still seal. He makes a decent combo with Vegeta for going after your main target, trying to get the stun with Vegeta, and then following it up with a seal from Goku if the stun is not successful. So Now, this rotation, I've got to be a bit more careful. So I know Saiyaman will take more damage than Goku if I put Goku in the end. I want to try and stun Frieza, but then I don't want to finish him off this turn. So I think I deliberately avoid a super attack with Goku here at the end of the turn. Yeah, I do. So, because I think I'd lost count at this point, but I know I'm getting close to the 6 turns. And I think, especially just depending on things like crits or something like that, the Goku definitely could have finished off Frieza if he got a super attack, so I didn't want to risk it. Vegeta didn't get the stun, but LR, Saiyaman 1 and 2 here to give us the seal. They are also very useful for this stage. They give everyone ki when they're on rotation, and they give a defensive boost, so super, super helpful. And then we managed to get to the 6th turn. We survived this long. So I believe this is like a triple transformation turn as well because of Goku. Yep, there we go. So 3 transformations, and you're in trouble now, Frieza. Yeah, so straight away we are just gonna put leave Vegito in that front slot. Frieza's already sealed, so we know he's not gonna super attack, because my initial concern, as soon as I saw those attack placements load in, you guys have seen enough of these videos now to know that when someone's about to die, that's when they throw out super attacks at the beginning of the turn. So the fact that he was sealed means we get a nice big damage counter with LR Vegito, and then his 18 key super to finish the job. So basically that was the best case scenario. We got a full heal, and then we got hit for like double digits, and then we finished off the fight. And we are also moving into the second fight with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta on rotation. So I have mentioned this before in the previous parts as well, but when you're going for the no item runs, when you can make it happen, it's really important to go into each new fight with your strongest defensive rotation. Because if we went in with both the LRs, my Vegito is rainbowed, so he does tank pretty well, but my Gogeta only has 2 dupes, and so depending on where the hits are, they can take a significant amount of damage. Whereas this rotation is not so bad. So here I'm sort of trying to work out the risks. I need Vegeta to stun hit, otherwise he will obliterate Goku in that second slot. But the problem is, if I put Goku in the front slot, then he's still going to get hit by all 3 of those attacks and still probably take quite a little bit of damage. So at this point, because we are on full health, I decide to risk it and go for the stun on hit with Vegeta, who just going to tank everything in that front slot for no damage. And of course, the boy manages to come through. There's that level 3 dodge, completely useless in this scenario. But so we're going to see, like, obviously I targeted hit for the seal, like I mentioned earlier in the video, because if Vegeta had not got the stun, the last thing we want is for hit to super attack God Goku with type advantage, especially after we worked so hard to get into this fight on full health. We don't want to lose like half of our health in the first turn. The dodge from the Saiyaman 1 and 2 is big there, because that's another like 40 odd K damage that we don't have to take. And yeah, this puts us in a really decent position to set up for this turn. So hit is stunned, Magetta is sealed, so we are looking pretty good here. There's a lot of super attacks in that last slot, which looking at it back now, watching the footage, I don't know what I was thinking at this exact moment, but that's very concerning, all of those attacks in the back on that transforming Goku. Because he, since we started a brand new fight, his defense is not going to be the highest in the world. So it'll be interesting to see what exactly we can get out of this turn. Big damage to both hit and cover. Oh, that's it. I'm very much aware that we're getting close to the Dokkan mode now. I was not quite so aware when I was recording the video. So that's what was going through my mind now. I now realise. Now, even re-recording this after watching the footage, I always forget about the Dokkan mode. So that turn I was trying to push the Dokkan mode. That's what happened. So I really thought I was going to get it, but as you can see, we got right to that very end and we did not get it. So that's why I was kind of confident of putting that Goku in the last slot where all those enemies were, because I thought he was going to be fine to survive. So we kind of messed things up a little bit. And it puts us in this bad situation you see here. I obviously do not want to be getting the Dokkan mode with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, but I can't put that God Goku in the front slot because he will get absolutely obliterated. And then of course this happened, so yeah, putting God Goku in that first slot would have been pretty much instant death. So I've targeted Hit just as normal. We want to try and get him stunned. Obviously this is not going to do a huge amount of damage. I think the emulator, like, I messed up the first, like, one and then just kind of gave up because we already know that this isn't going to do a huge amount of damage. I think this is probably another one of those moments where I was thinking this was going to be a failed run. But we do get this stun on Hit, which is at least somewhat useful. And we take a super attack from Kaba, which, of course, if he's going to super attack this turn, we definitely want him to do it to our boy Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And yeah, you can see there, God Goku, not the best tank on this particular fight. So, got to keep him protected as much as we can. Additional super from the Transforming Goku is pretty nice though. But, I mean, we did a little bit of damage to everyone. We're kind of just on cleanup duty now at this point. So, now we can just start targeting down people who I think we can take out in one go. Hit and Kaba are so low that I think, yeah, I decided to get rid of Magetta here. No, I changed back to Hit. So, because yeah, Hit and Magetta are both attacking Vegito, but then I think that's because I realised that Magetta is sealed. Hit is stunned, but I just want to kind of get him out of the way. Gogeta will be able to get rid of Kabe, and then it kind of makes sense to leave Magetta behind since he is already sealed. So at least we know he's not going to super attack this turn. Hit is stunned, but it is a good opportunity to just get rid of him and not have to worry about him next turn. Shame that wasn't an additional super, because that would have finished off Kabe and then Gogeta would have finished off Frost. But we get rid of him as well. And then we just have no one left attacking the Saiyaman 1 and 2 in the back end, which I think is another reason why I targeted the attacks the way that I did, because we know that they are not the best tanks. And now I was going for the seal on Frost just in case he survived, but I was going to say I thought that they took him out then, but he really did indeed survive. Because this is a good moment right here. Super Battle Road would very much normally, I imagine, have that Frost super attack me in the front slot. And unfortunately, as beast of a tank as Vegeta is, on these category Super Battle Road stages, if he takes a super attack with type disadvantage, you are still taking somewhere around 20 to 30k, which is obviously a lot less than anyone else on the team, but is a lot more damage than I would like to take. So the fact that we'd sealed him up last turn is very decent. And then I go for the stun on Botamo, pretty much just because he's the one with the most health. So he was the only one I could really see surviving the turn. But we don't get the stun, but we did a pretty reasonable amount of damage to him. And then God Goku and the Transforming Goku between them take out Magetta. And so he is done. So this is where I'm starting to try and think about how I can swing this, because we have the fusions on rotation, but we clearly are not at 50% health. I have no idea if we're on turn 6 or not. So I'm trying to think what to do here, because there's pretty much no way in this situation I can stall for the fusion transformations. Because we don't just need to get to the next turn, we need to get to the turn after that. So as much as the orbs would favour putting Vegito first, I don't want to run the risk of something weird. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe they don't crit and don't take out Botamo and then he super attacks. So I put the Gogeta in the front slot just in case, but I think they do take him out. Yeah, they do. And then obviously Vegito, Frost basically got no health, so he is done. I decided that it was best to just push for the finish that turn, because then, like I said previously, we are now going into the final fight with our super tanky rotation. And I would much rather that than try and stall but mess it up and then finish off the fight on this particular rotation, because I don't really want to go into this fight on the fusions rotation, because we would take a lot of damage. And the way the attacks are stacked up here definitely looks a little bit dangerous. I definitely need to go for the stun and seal attempt on Rose, because we do not want Rose plastering in tons of damage in that final slot against the Saiyamen. And then the orbs make it impossible to get the 12 key, so I just decide I might as well get as much health as I can, and I just go all out and get the 24 key super with the Saiyamen, just to see if they could do a little bit of damage to Zamasu. No stun by Vegeta, but he comes through with the additional super and still doesn't get us done. So I'm a little bit concerned for this turn, basically just for the Saiyaman 1 and 2 at the end there. At least we know Rose is going to be sealed up, so we don't have to worry about him super attacking, but he is going to hit them fairly hard. So, and of course we were unable to get the 12 key super, so there's always the potential of Zamasu super attacking us as well. So yeah, 53k per hit from Rose. So that, as you can see, that is a lot of damage that we just took. So dropped down significantly on the old health bar there. So best way to do this is to put these guys like this. Gogeta, like I said, is the lower in potential out of the two, and he is taking an attack from Zamasu, which could be a super. Whereas Rose in the middle is sealed there, so Vegito should tank all of those for basically no damage. And then I target Zamasu again with transforming Goku, just because he's the one. Basically, I want to try and get rid of Zamasu as quickly as possible. He does have the less health. And then we can just focus on Rose. The rotation of Goku and Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta should hopefully keep him in a perpetual lock of either being stunned or sealed. Once we get down to only him being left. So we have to get rid of Zamasu as quickly as possible. See, even Rainbow LR Vegito out here taking 10k off of normals from Rose. So this last fight, very, very dangerous indeed. Super attack, level 3 dodge coming in clutch. So there you have it right there. That level 3 dodge from transforming Goku saved this run, because that super attack from Zamasu absolutely would have killed us if it had connected. So very, very lucky indeed. I decide that I need to seal Zamasu here and just hope for the best that Vegeta gets the stun. Unfortunately, there's a lot of these moments in the no item runs where you just kind of have to put all of your faith in the RNG. Because if I do stun Zamasu, Rose, but then Zamasu super attacks at the end again, we would be all done. So fortunately we do get the stun on Rose, and then Godku gonna seal up Zamasu here. The Goku does have his defense and damage mitigation up at least a little bit now, since he's in Super Saiyan 2 and has super attacked a couple of times, but he still takes 38k. I mean, look at our health right now. So the good thing is that Rose is stunned, and so we can literally just go all out on Zamasu here. Full like 23 key on the super attack for Gogeta. So I'm kind of confident that Gogeta is going to take out Zamasu by himself, but obviously we still keep him targeted with Vegito to make sure we finish the job, and then Rose will become unstunned next turn, so we target him with a 12 key super from the Saiyaman 1 and 2 to get him sealed. And see, Gogeta didn't take him out, so if I hadn't stayed targeted on him, we could have been in for a bad time. But we take out Zamasu, then we're going to seal up Rose. So our health is very low, but Rose is sealed, and we obviously have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta here. Kind of all depends how the attacks are going to be laid out. So obviously this is not ideal. This is kind of another turn where we really are going to be relying on Vegeta to get that stun. Obviously going for as many same type orbs as I can here to just get back as many scraps of health as I can, because I know that the transforming Super Saiyan Goku at the end is potentially going to take quite a lot of damage from normal attacks from Rose. So fortunately though, we don't need to worry about it, and Vegeta comes through with the stun. I think at this point I'm starting to feel very confident that this was going to be the run that gets it done. So we are looking very good, because not only does no one have to take any damage on this rotation, but we're looking at a free turn of super attacks from the LRs. And yeah, at this point I'd completely lost track of the number of turns, just trying to stay alive turn to turn, and we get the LR fusions. So Rose is stunned, so we're not going to get a whole bunch of free damage from Vegito counterattacks, but to be perfectly honest, after doing the number of runs that I've done on this stage, I actually prefer the security of not taking any hits at all, rather than getting some extra counter damage. So, but yeah, so 18 key supers for both of the LRs. Rose in for a bad time. Do we get to actually see a Gogeta's one? Because that's the thing, Vegito always gets to be put in the front for those counters most of the time. But so I very rarely on doing these runs actually got to see the Soul Punisher. So of course, super effective against all types now that he is Gogeta. So that's some decent damage. And then Super Saiyan 3 Goku wants to get in on the action and gets off an additional super attack as well. And I mean, look at this. All of the attacks are in the front slot. So even if he doesn't get the stun, we are basically home free here. I noticed the Dokkan bar is getting almost to full again, so I try and make sure not to accidentally trigger it with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta again. But this is when I knew that this run was done, because even if Vegeta doesn't get the stun here, which he did, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but even if he didn't get the stun, he was going to take no damage whatsoever, and he was the only person being attacked. We got him sealed up. We got the LRs on the next rotation with the Dokkan mode ready to go. In fact, I don't know. I don't think the Saiyaman will finish him off here, because his bar looks low, but he has a ton of health. So even an additional normal thrown in on top. So he is still alive, but he's stunned, he's sealed. We've got a Dokkan mode ready to go. And then I think my thought process at the time, basically based on what I just said on that previous turn, I got to see Gogeta's 18 key super so rarely while trying these runs, because most of the time it made sense to put Vegito in the first slot, that I decided we'd give our boy Gogeta the shine and get him to finish off the event with the 18 key, well, full 24 key, should we say, super attack, Dokkan mode, over 2.5 mil on the attack stat. I think the fact that he's super effective against all types just means that he would have done more damage than the Vegito, but I just wanted to see the super attack again. And 3.1 mil on the crit, almost 3.2. Finishes off Rose, and so there we go. That is the super class stage completed with no items. So it is crazy how this is one of the first category stages that I did, and then like I said, due to some scheduling and recording issues, I've only just managed to be able to get the video finished off. So as you can see, super class only, no items. My Goku only has one dupe, and the friend Goku only had 1 or 2. My God Goku is 90%, my Gogeta is 79%. So it's not even the most busted, like full rainbow all LRs team that you could probably bring to this event. And we managed to get it done. Obviously not the best time, but you got to take a lot of time to think and plan in these runs. And we finally managed to get it done. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. That is the super class only stage completed with no items. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I know I've seen a lot of different team builds that people have managed to do this one with. So share those in the comments and I'll be very interested to see what they are. And then, yeah, send me some luck. Smash that like button. Send me some energy to try and get this Realm of Gods and Potara stages done. I've seen screenshots from some friends who have done it with the same team that I'm essentially trying to use. So it's basically all down to just RNG of who takes super attacks. So I'm going to continue working on it, and hopefully I will have another one for you soon. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.